Hello, everybody, and welcome to a live version of Around the Layout, as we're going to be giving away the Home Shops 86-foot double plug door boxcar, and looking forward to doing that. And the generous donor of that car is joining us live, Chris Palmieri. Chris, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ray, thanks for the invite. How are you?
Oh, great to have you here, Chris. I'm doing well, and I'm just so tickled pink to give this car away to the operating crew members, which you're an operating crew member, and you and the remainder, I want to say a very special thank you. I am really just overwhelmed by the support. The operating crew support really helps the show move forward, as we've gone now to a weekly format. We have a lot more storage we need to hold all those shows, including interviews from Chris Palmieri and many others. So I want to be able to keep those around for many years to come, and helps us do some other things too, marketing and getting the stories of all the model railroaders we talk to out to a bigger audience. So I want to thank all the operating crew members for joining and showing their support. Got a couple comments in here, a quick hellos from Don Iris. Hi, Ray and Chris. Good to see you, Don. Don dispatched last night at Mark Herrick's BNSF Montana division, one that you got to run back in January. So
I enjoyed that operating session very much.
And I'm hoping to get you back up here. And I know there's been a few pictures from some Home Shops releases with some very familiar backgrounds. So it was definitely cool to see that.
It certainly was. It made a great backdrop.
For sure. Sean Carney stopping by. Hey, Chris and Ray, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. So as I wanted to bring Chris in and kind of tell us about what's been going on at Home Shops, and we'll talk about the car as well. But why don't we start with what's new?
Well, what's new, our most recent arrival is the Intermountain 5277 boxcar, 3 road names that debuted at Amherst on Mark Herrick's layout for a photo shoot. They're now all in stock. 1 road number is sold out, but we're really excited to have the Seaboard Central, Allegheny Midland, and the Washington Northern freelance railroads represented. So very, very popular. I was a little nervous about doing six road numbers each, but they're doing very, very well. And there's going to be more boxcar projects in the near future.
Yeah, that's great. And that adds to, how many projects do you have going between the first release? How many, the ones that you can at least tell us about, how many do you have going?
Well, we have 3 that have arrived, 4 that have arrived, 3 tangent cars. The PS 4750 was our first. Several road names are sold out, but we do have a few. Then the V&O 10 car was our second. We did just 1 road number, 1 road name, but 4 road numbers. 1 is sold out. The 405 is only 2 left, and then there's just about a dozen left of the remaining 2 numbers. Then we've got the 86-foot boxcars, which really, really excited to have the Virginia and Atlantic car highlighted in this show. All of those road names are in stock, and we just got the Intermountain car, so that's 4. We are doing an Intermountain auto rack. That order is placed. We're going to do a Virginia and Ohio car with 2 different versions of the lettering on the sides. And we're also going to do our first Ohio Southern car. A lot of people have asked for an Ohio Southern car, and had the pleasure of an introduction to Jim Hediger, and there will be several Ohio Southern cars in the works. But that order is placed. And we just signed a contract on our first O-scale car with Atlas. So we're going to do 4 different versions of a Delta Lines O-scale reefer. Pretty excited about that. Very, very cool car. From Frank Ellison's freelance railroad from my hometown, New Orleans, but about 80 years before right now. So it's kind of cool to bring that to life.
Sure.
And we are working on, won't give too many details, our first Rapido project as we speak. So we're excited about that. It's going to be a large release, 8 road names of this mystery car we're working on. So a lot of neat stuff going on.
Yeah. So in general, you're staying very busy, as I figured you would be. And, it's really exciting to see these different projects coming out from you and representing these freelance railroads. And I was really excited when you offered this 86-foot car from the Virginia Atlantic. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I'm going to get the picture up here. And
All
why
right.
don't you tell us a little bit about the car that we're giving away tonight?
Well, you reached out and asked if home shops might be willing to donate a car, and I thought, well, this one's probably one of my favorites. So let's offer this. This Virginia and Atlantic car is a design created by a fellow named Hank Stevens, and this is one of the cars that kind of inspired me to move forward with home shops, because the artwork for this car was shared on several freelance model railroad Facebook groups, and it's just a striking car. It is obviously kind of a inspired, if you will, from the SP's paint scheme, but there are notable differences, and all the detail on the door, the tangent 3D part details just make it really an intimidating process to decal this myself. And so the idea of doing a complex scheme like this it seemed like it would only be done could only be done best at the factory level. So
Right.
when we did the tangent car, the 86-foot box car, I couldn't not include this car, because it was one of those cars that I just, as soon as I saw it, I thought, wow, what a great looking car to have on any layout. And to actually see it in person, to go from a flat piece of artwork to a 3D car, that they just nailed all the details on. So we're very proud of this car. And Mr. Hank Stevens, who came up with the artwork, working with some folks who kind of own that Virginia and Atlantic concept, Scott Nelson and Rhett Coates, the three of those gentlemen worked very closely with me and Tangent on the design, and man, it's just a beautiful car. So we're excited to get one of them out there and to be talking about it, and hopefully somebody will enjoy the car that we're going to give away. It's available in 2 numbers, and we do have probably 24 or so of each number left in stock, but they're going out the door.
And as you said, part of a run of those cars you've done, and I've said this, you've made some really excellent choices with the vendors that you work with. The cars that you're producing are so high quality and phenomenal detail, and they just make a great conversation piece when they you have an operating session. Somebody goes, "What's that? What's that? I've never heard." And then it's really neat to kind of share all these awesome freelance stories around.
It's really fun to watch people post pictures of them in some of the most interesting places. And now I'm getting a lot of international orders. We just sent 6 of them to Switzerland and another 6 to Germany just this week. So it's kind of fun to watch them get out and about.
Absolutely, it's definitely fun to see these just the worldwide connection that model railroading makes, whether it be the podcast here. We've got so many awesome people from around the world listening, and you've got cars going around the world. It's really a really connected hobby for all of us.
It is. There is also a blog on the Home Shops website, homeshops.net. And Hank Stevens did guest author a blog post about this car and what went into the design. So for all of you who might want to learn just a little bit more, or whoever wins it, that is content available on the homeshots.net website.
Yeah, we just put that up on the screen there, www.homeshops.net. Go ahead and check out Chris's website. Very interesting projects that he's got going. And then also don't forget about Meridian Speedway. That's a really cool site that Chris runs as well, with all the a lot of freelance stories in it, and a great resource for a freelancer. So check both of those out. Make sure you check out all of these. So what do you say, Chris? Why don't we give away a car?
Let's give away a car.
All right. So let's see if oh, look at that. It worked. We got to take we'll move the banner just for now. Look at that. Who said I couldn't do live? I did. I'm the one that said I couldn't do live. So here we go. We've got everybody up here on the wheel. we'll hit shuffle a couple times just to knock the names around a little bit, and then we're going to give the wheel a spin, and we're going to give this car away. You ready, Chris?
I'm ready. Let's spin it.
Let's spin it. Here we go. There we go. Jeff. Now, of course, a name that I can't really say. I think it's Zeleny, but Jeff Zeleny, congratulations. You've just won this 86-foot tangent double plug door boxcar from Home Shops. And we'll be getting I'll be getting the information to Chris, and we'll be getting that out to you. So congratulations. I want to say to everybody who is a member again of the operating crew, thank you so much for your support. It really is fantastic that you've thrown yourself in where you can help the podcast, and we're hoping we're going to be doing more contests just like this and giving things away, plus some additional content on the Patreon page. Definitely check it out. If you are not a member of the Patreon operating crew, go to patreon.com/Around the Layout Podcast, and you can sign up for that. Again, thank you to everybody. I'm going to get this off the screen so we can see our faces here. And I want to thank Chris Palmieri for his generosity of giving this car away. And again, www.homeshops.net. Check out Chris's offerings. If you didn't win, you can certainly pick up that car by ordering it through his website. And again, Chris, thanks again for joining us tonight on Cinco de Mayo. Hope you're enjoying, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Ray.
Have a great night, everybody.